13 matchup for you here between the Miami Dolphins and the San Francisco 49ers. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13.
And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out to the 25.
What it do?
Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
What up, what up?
They'll run with Walker to begin the drive.
And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
The CD, this offense at 11-0 now on the year. A few weeks ago, I remember asking you what kind of percentage chance that you thought they had at staying unbeaten the entire season. I think you said 25%. I'd imagine that number probably grown since then.
I would agree with you, and I'm going to actually bump it up to closer to 50%, only because they still have some tough games to come. And keeping that focus throughout the entire season, that's been a really difficult thing to pull off. But so far, they've done it, and they've done it well.
3rd and short yardage. Mariota. He's airing it out for Williams. And that will be incomplete.
Keep the fucking ball in bounds, bro.
Let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. The Dolphins will send out the punter now. Back deep, D.D. Westbrook.
Should have just ran the ball and got a yard.
Once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. The danger of a punt that good, a 16-yard return. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10.
So trash.
Lance and the 49ers now. 1st and 10.
Just shy of the 30.
On play action, Lance.
They'll roll him out right. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. The wise move there.
Okay. You gonna come out slanging that thing, huh?
This defense for the Dolphins, they were fantastic a week ago in that win over Houston.
Yeah, they only allowed 13 points, and you can poll all 32 coaches, and I guarantee you they'd say, we'll take that every single week. But let me think about that for a second. Maybe there'd be one contrarian that would say, give me 10.
And he'll scratch out a yard up to the 30, and that's all.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Forcing completion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback on the expected passing situation.
Throwing his Lance on 3rd down.
The Dolphins get there this time.
Ooh, Harold.
Harold Landry in there to get him sack number 14 for him on the year.
Harold.
So on 4th down, out comes Bradley Pinion to put this one away. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Fielded just inside the 20. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And it'll be Dolphin football. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. The crowd maybe losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
They go play action. Mariota steps away, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up third.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
He completes this to Walker.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped.
Don't be trying to click off, nigga. Don't try to click off, nigga. Make the tackle.
We can talk all we want about
make that tackle like a man.
Strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Mariota's throw here taken in by Parker.
And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A very solid gain of 27.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his
that
right
nigga
and try
with
to
that,
evade people.
with that what happened.
So from inside Niner territory,
that's where my man at.
1st and 10, right at the 40.
Walker now on 1st and 10.
I should have kept that to the outside.
2nd down.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
Nigga, one of y'all, what the f y'all doing? One dude and 2 of y'all.
Well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is 3rd down. Now Mariota. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. How to get in there and knock another one away. I think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder.
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. Mariota to throw for it on 4th.
Going across the formation, he finds Freiermuth. So this offense able to convert on 4th, and now a fresh set of downs here, 1st and 10.
And this is going to be intercepted.
Man, no.
Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And the 49ers are going to take possession.
Bro. He behind me.
It's a touchback, and they'll take over.
Look at this.
At the
Look at this
20-yard
shit. He
line.
behind me.
Charles, one thing that he referenced to us yesterday was his confidence fitting the ball into any window, but obviously that window was a little too tight, and it was closing in a hurry.
And he was talking to us about having anticipation in making those types of throws. Down near the goal line, I don't think you can anticipate it as much as you need to see it open. You've got to be precise with your throws down here in the red zone. That one goes into double coverage, and he gets picked off.
7 yards on the pickup there. It'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Trash ass game, man.
No score after one on EA Sports. Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. The Lance going to throw. And that's caught. It's Brian Edwards. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A gain of 10 and a 49er first down. The Niners had 3 and 8 on the year. They come in losers of 2 straight, so trying to turn things around here.
And you just mentioned 2 straight, and when you're talking about 2 games, that's nothing to panic about. They feel like they've been a little bit unlucky in the last couple. This is a club that's more than capable of turning things around, and I expect them to play really well here.
He was brought down there by Julian Love.
Well, there's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
2nd down, back to Edwards-Helaire. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
Ready.
No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater. He just made a great play there.
The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. This is fielded at the 7. And 9 yards there on the return following a punt of 47. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
What happened to that boy?
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10. Buying time to his left. And he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line. Out of his end zone, Mariota. He's airing it out for Williams. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
Mariota from his own end zone on 3rd down.
Nigga, give him a chance.
Incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
So from their own end zone here, this kicks away. And here comes Westbrook. A solid 12-yard return after the 55-yard punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And, partner, I know so far, we're still in the first half, but you love this game as a defensive guy. 0-0. We'll see if the offense can get going on this drive.
Well, you know how they talk about music to your ears? How about what it does for your eyes when you watch something like this, right, where these teams are locked in and going at it, no points going up on the scoreboard? I'm loving it. You're exactly right.
Well, switch over, though, to an offensive mindset for a moment. What do they need to do here to get on track and get some points?
Well, I think a couple of ways. Number one, you pull out something that maybe they haven't seen before. Coaches always talk about unscouted looks. Maybe you give them something that they haven't seen on tape, and now you shock them that way. The second, run your basic playbook, but run it so well that you give your skill position guys a chance to make big plays individually.
3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
Well, that was big right there because they're the bottom 5 in the league in converting on third down. They needed that pickup in a big way.
There were 2 things they said they wanted to win in this game. One, the turnover battle, and the second, third down conversions. So they got one there. 1st and 10, it's Edwards-Helaire with it. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Well, congratulations to them. They come through defensively with another stop. And let's face it, this secondary, they've gone unchallenged so far in the first half.
They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is 3rd down.
Edwards-Helaire on the counter.
And he's got room. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown.
Clyde Edwards-Helaire with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the 49ers post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. Extra point up and good from Santoso.
I need a nigga with some abilities on the outside.
Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown.
Absolutely torch this little defense.
This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone.
Oh, a good-looking return set up here.
I just think I'm the niggas. No, y'all let him die that fucking
set up
far.
beautifully.
Y'all
heck of a return down inside the 40-yard line.
I know the special teams coach will not permit himself a smile here, but inside he's glowing.
So
this is what
that
he
nigga
practices for.
4
this
yards.
is what he schemes. This is what he watches tape to put himself and his team in a position to score points. An absolute dream return.
Give to Walker on the read option. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. Still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down. They'll try for the first with Walker.
And he won't be close to a first down as he runs.
How y'all can't?
Right
It's I don't understand.
They'll run for
Thank
it.
you.
Walker.
Damn, we supposed to have been did that the first time.
As they work it inside the 10 to the
It's
7.
5 of them and 5 of
Chance
us.
now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. Here's Walker.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. They give him 5 that time as they draw a bit closer here for a 2nd and goal.
That's good hard running right there on 1st and goal. That gets him down to the 2 and puts a lot more pressure on that defense.
They'll look to run with Gainwell.
And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. They'll try and run Walker.
And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown.
Ken Walker as the first half is winding down. And the Dolphins have a chance to tie the game here in the final seconds of the half. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And this time they'll just keep this on the ground. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a time ball game here heading to break. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. And how about this line out of the locker room? An onside kick attempt. Set and ready to go for the second half. 1 touchdown apiece, 7-7 our score. A tie game. I don't think anybody in this building, including you or I, was expecting that.
No, I would agree with that totally. I didn't expect to see it at all, but I kind of like where they were going with this. You know, as you said, tie game, trying to steal a possession, steal an advantage, and you told your defense at the half you were going to do it, which also told them that you had confidence in them in case it failed, as that one just did.
Now you've given good field position here to start the third quarter. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs, but the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
On 2nd and 11 now. Lance, open man, it's Preston Williams. And this time inside the 30. Here's Edwards-Helaire. And he is going to lose yardage here. Excellent job on the tackle for loss by Harold Landry, shooting into the backfield.
The job of any linebacker involves having enough strength to fight off a blocker and get to ball carriers, but in this case, I think we can safely say he beat him right off the snap to get into the backfield and make that play.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Edwards-Helaire as they run out of the gun. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down. And Ryan Santoso on now to try the field goal. This will be from 49 yards out. Up and good for Santoso. So that, Charles, a season long right there.
And you know who's really excited about that? The special teams coordinator, because he's the one who has to tell the head coach in pregame, this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it, and he repaid that trust by knocking that one right through.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Now, this game has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. his eyes on the end zone. He got close. At least he set the offense up nicely, but he's probably mad he didn't take that one to pay dirt.
I agree with you, and you know he's going to get teased because he didn't get it all the way into the end zone. But if they don't score now, if they don't get a touchdown,
and it'll be intercepted.
Damn,
picked up by Andre Sisco.
Oh, get y'all niggas are a trip. Y'all a trip, man. That's Clyde Edwards-Helaire with 86 speed.
with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before
y'all are a trip
that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
Following the interception here, Mariota. And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Mariota now from the 50.
Look at the pass.
And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. On 3rd down, here's Walker. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line. Well short of the first. It's a gain of 5, but it'll lead to a 4th down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Fourth down, Mariota. And it's incomplete.
Oh my fucking god. Oh my
The
god.
Dolphins can't convert on 4th down. And the 49ers are going to get the football back. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. The drive will begin with a run by Edwards-Helaire. And he's across midfield and into Miami territory. 72 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
2nd down, back to Edwards-Helaire. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Lance going to try and throw on 3rd down here. And he'll look underneath here for Edwards-Helaire. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. Now Edwards-Helaire. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
It's not a huge breakaway run, but if your starting running back finishes the game with averages of 5 or 6 yards per touch, you'll take that every single time.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Lance looking to throw it. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
This has certainly been a physical game so far. Limited scoring opportunities for both sides. And there's another chance that goes unfulfilled.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. They'll run. It's Edwards-Helaire. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
And that's off the right upright, and it bounces away, no good. And that will keep this a 3-point game.
Yeah, 55 yards is anything but a gimme. You've got to really concentrate on your leg swing and proper technique. This time, though, he's unable to convert.
Man, what's up, man? What's up?
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Here's Walker to start the drive. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run.
I don't understand why we can't get to the next level and block somebody, man.
They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains. That means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
Look at this nigga, bro.
But that's going to wind up incomplete. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over him.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to
Look at this
execute.
nigga. He's missing everybody.
Incomplete as well.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring.
Man, this
Flying
is
around,
bullshit,
making
bro.
plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
That nigga can't hit a fucking drag.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer
Yeah, get
this
a little
time?
closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
What?
They'll run here with Edwards-Helaire. And he'll be taken down, losing yardage back at the 9-yard line. This offense so far on 3rd down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be 3rd and a mile. Forced out to his left. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by DJ Reed. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And down inside the 35, he goes to the 32-yard line. 64 yards rushing for him now as his fine rookie season continues. Sticking with Walker on second down.
And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add in a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
Option play, and they'll give to Walker. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. And it's second down.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
On second down, it's Walker.
And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
'49ers have an extra defensive back on the field. A nickel set for third down. Give to Walker on the read option. And a strong run there as he'll maneuver his way down inside the 15.
A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Dolphins first down.
Well, sometimes, Brandon, there's just not a secret to how things get done. He's been running well all game long, and they continue to rely on him in this key situation.
They told us they were going to rely on him. They have. He comes through there, a big third down conversion. Mariota on first down. Got his man. It's Williams.
And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
That nigga is
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs, and they come up on second down.
Oh, you hear me?
Option play, and they'll give to Walker.
Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line. This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game.
And Walker once more.
And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th. So on now is the kicker, Josh Lambo. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. The kick by Lambo is good, and the Dolphins have tied things up here in the 4th. I tell you, the life of a kicker. He has not been called on the entire game. He's over there by the net, but they send him out here in the 4th quarter and say, hey, go tie the game, will you? And guess what? He comes through.
I just don't know how they do it. I really don't. These cats are a different breed from you and me. That's a pressure kick, but that one was never in doubt.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
Well, the bad news, they had the turnover last time. The good news, their defense only surrendered 3. So now we are set up for a great finish, all tied here in the 4th.
So no gain on the play, and that's going to bring up second down. Here's Lance. Being chased out, and he's taken down. Back at his own 7.
The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports.
Now after the sack, Lance and the Niners staring up here at a 3rd and long. Now Lance. Pass complete to Edwards.
Yeah, they take this up near the 30 before he's taken down. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion.
Nice, well coached, a team that understands what's going on. They still have time to work the middle of the field as they just did there.
Ultra, go ultra.
Now a carry for Edwards-Helaire.
Can't believe y'all made me go to that block like that.
39 here. 84 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Second down, back to Edwards-Helaire. And he's going to have a Niners first down as good running gets him to about the 44.
Short gain the last 2 plays. Who do you think's excited about that?
Absolutely. This defense, they're saying go right ahead with those. A pair of first downs gives him a 1st and 10 up at the 44. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go. Here's Lance. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave him with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback, he's not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Now Lance. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long. Why are you throwing play action?
Because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play-action sack. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. So a change of possession here on the punt. And control of the football switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And Charles, obviously not much time left. I'm curious to see if there's enough for them to get into field goal range and try to win this thing.
And partner, you and I both know the safe calls to kneel and just take it.
And that's caught inside the 30. And he's going to step out of bounds all the way down at the 20. It's a big play. 37 yards. So now the onus will fall on the shoulders of Josh Lambo. He made his only attempt earlier. This for the win. And his kick is indeed good. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. He hasn't missed a kick all year. Why would he start now?
That's a great question, isn't it? Well, maybe because that was the most nerve-wracking kick he had to attempt all year. But he knocked it through just like it was an easy chip shot.
D.D. Westbrook to return from his end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder in the ball carrier, and down he goes.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Well, it took us until the final play, Charles, to officially decide a winner. Although on that last play they were so backed up, it would have taken a miracle, and they couldn't get that miracle done.
Well, I like how you stayed with it because we both knew that this had to go down to the last play, and neither side was going to exhale until that play concluded because we've seen the improbable before. A couple of laterals, maybe some poor defense on the back end. They might have gone all the way to the end zone. In this case, though, it didn't happen. Perhaps next time.
So for the Dolphins, the streak continues as they push their mark to a perfect 12-0 now on the year. And another road date awaits them next week as their opponents will be the Los Angeles Chargers. Meanwhile, for the 49ers, it's another week with more questions than answers as they fall to 3-9. And they'll look look to get back on the beam next week as they host the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Respect.